I was hoping that I could do the stuff on this plate, but as you can see, where this bracket is here, I might have to move it up a little higher so I can bend that airline around. I actually might have to shorten the width on that plate. I do have the ability to do that because my angle iron that I have built here only goes so far, so I could trim it back to that point there. I don't know. I'm gonna think about it for a bit. I just don't know. This is the fun part, trying to figure out everything, so we'll see. So just got back from, well, I wouldn't say it's my favorite place, but it's a place I spent a lot of money at walking around. Princess Auto. Just need to get a whole bunch of zip ties. I'm gonna try using some of this blue line, a 1/4 inch diameter, outside diameter, that gonna use for running the liquid fertilizer lines. I'm assuming it's pretty close to Alpine. I was gonna run it for the air cylinders for the precision planting, but I decided that I maybe should use a bit higher quality stuff. Here's the cylinder here. Just kind of looking at it. And these are the fittings that go in here and the hose just pushes into. So I got some of these new just because a couple of them are leaking, and there's not a lot of pressure on these in terms of air, but I figured I better be safe than sorry, so I got a truck brake airline hose coming from Napa. It's rated to 300 PSI, not that those will ever be more than probably 80 PSI. I figure if I'm gonna do it, I might as well do it right and make sure I got good line. The price difference is maybe $30 for a 100-foot roll versus that stuff, so 30 bucks more. I figured it for 60 bucks. I sooner have a little bit higher quality line. So we're gonna do that. And still struggling with the vacuum. Well, I'm not gonna lie, how many hours I've stood back here and looked at this toolbar trying to figure out how to run everything without getting stuff kinked. Vacuum, wiring harnesses, hydraulics, and I am mounting the downforce hydraulic module and the power distributor for the V sets and the V drives. I think I finally won, or I'm winning, which I probably jinxed myself. But the trick was I had to find a way to get it closer to the pivot point. If you see right here, this is the pivot point on the arm. When I had the bracketway out here, it pulls everything farther, and it got into this. So what I'm actually going to do with this plate to help me here is I'm going to heat it right in here and put this on a slight angle that matches this bar here, that when it's folded out. And then when that bar is down, and these hydraulics, if this is folded, then I can do a loop and maybe mount some hose holders for the hydraulics. So they go like this, and they'll kind of do a loop up and in, and we should be able to be good that way. On the vacuum, I finally just had a brain fart, but I put this out on straight out instead of going up like this. We want straight out, and then that just makes this a lot easier. And with this bent, this won't get caught up in here either, so there'll be a bit of flexibility there. So I'm gonna run the hydraulics and the vacuum hose together, and then on this side here, same thing with the wiring harness. But the trick is to, I think, have it close to the pivot point. So that's a pivot point for the arm there, also up there. So what I did was just kind of use this little gap here that is a holder to keep the pin in for the arm. I ran some cabling up it and through it just to see what it was like and put a bit of a loop on it. So it's working pretty good now.